Welcome back to YellowCard Vanguard. I'm your host, Toku, from It's Toku TV on Twitch. It has been a long while, and Clan Collection 5 and 6 have already been out for quite some time, but I figured this is going to be a mainstay of the channel, so I've taken some time out of my failing job search to give you, the viewers, what you want. My based, red-pilled, and Replica takes on the new cards and supports for Clan Collections 5 and 6. Once again, we need to preface the video as well as the rest of the series by letting you know that these lists are made at face value using my skills of card evaluation. They will need playtesting to fine-tune, but I hope they will serve as a good reference point for filthy net deckers to piggyback off of. Welcome back to Clan Collection Cores. Insert funny Among Us joke here. It's not funny anymore. Amon baby gets his hippie tree lover form and finally becomes a tree. Let's take a look at the goo. Demon Marquis Ammon Reverse. Act skill once per turn, lock 2 rearguards and until the end of turn it gains 2k for each card in Soul, and if its power is 40k or more, it gains a crit. Also an act, once per turn, you can counterblast 1 and call up to 2 cards with Ammon in its name from Soul to rear, and at the end of the turn, you put those called units into your Soul. Very simple, very effective, maybe too simple. Doesn't interact with your opponent the same way the old Ammon cards did, however, which is what really made the Ammon engine special. I like the idea that you can call the 2 grade 1 Ammon cards in Fu and Blow, use their skills, then lock them, and they're not forced to go back into the Soul at the end of turn, effectively getting the counterblast 1 plus 2 to board, and you get really good cards on board too. The new grade 2, Ammon's follower, Soul Sucker. When rolled upon by a unit with Ammon in its card name, Soul Charge 3. When this rearguard attacks, counterblast 1 and Soul Charge 1 to gain 5k. And at the end of the battle, if you have a Vanguard with Ammon in its name, and your Soul has 6 or more cards, Soul Suck this into Soul to draw a card. Not good. Not good, not good. It's too restricted, so it's a turn slow. And being forced to attack with it to go into Soul to draw means you don't get access to use Number of Terror to attack with. This card's a skip. Finally, my lover, my beloved, the one that makes me feel alive, Ammon's follower, Atrocious Blow. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, look at top 7 cards and add up to 1 grade 3 Ammon from among them and reveal it, and put it into your hand and shuffle. Also an act skill, rest this unit in Soul Charge 1. Choose one of your units with Ammon in its card name until the end of turn and gets 1k for each card in your Soul. Here's what I read. Rest Soul Charge 1. I'm nutting. Costless Soul Charge 1. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 1, veg. Tap and Soul Charge 1, real shit. This also comes out pretty big late game, where Rest and Soul Charge will then boost other copies of itself 20k. It can also boost Fu and Ron Jinlin 20k, which makes really good numbers. So with the new cards out of the way, let's take a look at the new Among Us deck. Among Us Ammon R, Ramen deck. Wham! If it has Ammon in his name, we're playing it. I think most of the work will actually be done on the original Ammon rather than Ammon Reverse, but whereas Ammon requires an upfront cost of 1 from board and 1 from hand, Ammon Reverse can just produce its own rearguard to lock. Regardless of which sussy Soul Charger you are on, in the end, your strategy is going to be the same. Big, bunkus Vanguard with the crit or 2, coupled with the Hope on Dump, Guard Restrict. One interesting card we use is Clear Frame. Whether it be restanding or unlocking Atrocious Blow, it lets us use Atrocious Blow twice a turn, which doubles up on its buff. Thank you, Noto, for the idea. 4 copies of grade 3 Ammon and 3 copies of Reverse, so 7 different targets for Atrocious Blow to hit as our main grade 3 rides. We also run the draw engine of Dark Irregulars and Number of Terror. God bless Triple R reprint. And finally, the card that makes DI what it is, the Hope on Dumpy. It's strange to see that some decks are migrating back to 20k heals, but Hope on Dumpy still puts in a lot of work, and its existence forces your opponent into weird guard patterns early. For our grade 2 lineup, we're running a whopping 7. 4 copies of Ron Jinlin and 3 copies of Soul Sucker. If I could run just the 4 copies of Ron, I would, but G-assisting 3 turns in a row is not a feels-good moment. Then, for our grade 1 lineup, a full playset of both Ammon grade 1s. God, these cards are so good. Both of them. Being able to slam down your soul charge engine turn 1 and keep going and going gets us to our soul thresholds faster. Finally, 2 copies of Succubus of Pure Love to find another grade 3 piece we want, usually being Number of Terror or Hope on Domp. Usually after finding Number of Terror, you can slurp it into soul for a draw 2. I love Pot of Greed. As for the triggers, 10 crit, 2 draw, 4 Hildians. Hildians we definitely need. We're putting a lot of our grade 1s onto the board, so the extra early game defensive from Hildians are very helpful. As for other options to run, I think the realistic thing is to actually take the Atrocious Blow and throw it into Sharot as another counterblastless soul charge. Maybe some other more aggressive ways to tutor for a Number of Terror and Hope on Dump, as they are our engine and endgame respectively. Things like Variant and Succubus definitely come to mind. As for some concluding words, God, I can't keep doing this. Among Us. Honestly, this is the Atrocious Blow show. Ammon reverse who, Soul Sucker sucks, Atrocious Blow is someone I would want to blow. All homo, quote me on this. In any case, that's it from me for this episode of Clan Clashing Chords. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this and leave a comment down below because every little bit helps the channel. This has been Toku from YellowCard Vanguard. Toku out.